All right, so we're ready. First of all, I want to thank everybody in the room for joining us today. We know that it's one of the last sessions of the day, so everybody's pretty tired from two couple of days of super busy schedules and very interesting sessions, but we promise that this will be a fun one, interesting one, and I'm very honored to be here joined that stage with our partners. I'm going to let them introduce themselves afterwards, but just next to me we have Frederick from Spirit Airlines, and we also have Nick Soy from Virgin Atlantic, and we have Gemma Etheridge as well. Catherine from Air Canada was joining us, but unfortunately she was feeling unwell this morning, and we're going to miss her, but we're also going to go through what she was going to share so nobody misses on that very valuable content. So, Frederick, you want to give a quick intro and maybe walk us through quick story on our partnership?
Yeah, so I'm Frederick. I head up analytics for the omnichannel group at Spirit Airlines. And basically, the omnichannel group is in charge of channel distribution, e-commerce, third-party distribution, products, the loyalty product program as well. So we do analytics for all those different parts of the organization. And yeah, Human and I have been working together for 5-6 years now. So it's been quite the ride there. You know, started out with the fare marketing, moved on to our points, our loyalty program. So it's been a pretty good ride here.
Yeah, it's been quite a story and definitely a lot of learnings, but we're still here exploring different use cases, which we'll be sharing as well. So there's much more room to grow, but definitely it's been quite a success as of now.
Yeah, I know I saw the slides earlier, so we'll go into all the different use cases. I don't want to give too much away right now.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm Nick Soey and I work for Virgin Atlantic. I head up the e-commerce division and performance. I have 3 pillars underneath me. One of them is content, which Gemma will talk about. The second one is trading, merchandising, which is all about customer journeys. And the third one is broken into 3 again. So we look after optimization, A/B testing. We look after acquisition, so digital marketing. And the last one is analytics. So we look after the insights. So we every single person in my department is somewhat of an analytics expert. But each one is not recognized as an analytics expert. They are insight managers because the insight that they bring to the organization is what's getting us to the results that we're seeing today.
Hi, I'm Gemma. I work for Nick. I am the performance content manager in e-commerce. I've worked for Virgin my entire career, so 23 years, and I don't look old enough. So 20 years of those was with the holiday side, Virgin Holidays, and the last 3 years with Virgin Atlantic, which is when we joined with Every Monday. So we have been on a journey from the start. So yeah, when Every Monday was brought on board, we had air traffics given to us. It was when I joined Virgin Atlantic, it was an empty shell. It's my absolute baby. I totally own it, totally manage the relationship with Every Monday, and yeah, built out loads of stuff with them. But we'll go into the loyalty side of it in a bit.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So in today's sessions, we're going to be discussing on how to engage with customers to drive redemption. So in the previous years, we've seen that there's an increasing focus from the airlines on the loyalty programs, and there's a lot of interest on growing their base and actually motivating users to engage with the loyalty programs. And there is a lot of opportunity there, specifically because you definitely want one of your customers not only to enroll, but to actually start earning miles, which means that they've spent money with you, but as well that they complete the full journey by redeeming those points or miles, because once they do that, they're able to experience the full journey, right? They get to experience your full from, like earning, flying, redeeming the points or miles, which means that if they enjoy that, they'll definitely become a loyal customer, returning customers, which is very valuable to the airlines. And as well, when they are redeeming your redemption units, whether it's points or miles, you also open the opportunity for increasing revenue by selling ancillaries. So definitely, with the pandemic and how users have evolved in their purchase intent, with the behaviors, with their flying interests, is something that you definitely want to focus on. And today we're going to be learning that from the experts on how they've been overcoming the challenges that it comes when it's about marketing your loyalty program, giving awareness to your loyalty program, and actually acquiring that base that can become a returning customer. So with fair marketing, our partners have been able to actually maximize the exposure of their programs and motivate the users to engage, actively engage on the site. So some of the challenges, and they'll be able to elaborate much more on it from the expert perspective, but it's how do you actually give exposure to a loyalty program? Normally, airlines need somebody, a user, to actually sign in or to log in to their profile or go into the booking path to actually be able to see the miles or points or how much worth is it, like a one-way flight or a returning flight of a route that they have interest in, to be able to say, okay, I can definitely afford that with my miles, or I want to earn more miles because I want to get there by redeeming. So with every Mundo products, these airlines have been able to achieve scalability, to have agility in the way that they support their websites to be able to expose and promote their loyalty programs, and as well like increase the way that improve the way that the users engage with their websites, on their websites, and of course learn much more on what are these users interested in, what are the routes that they're looking for, how are they redeeming the flights, and how are they engaging with their programs. So I want to open the floor for you guys to elaborate a little bit more on these that I've described. So first of all, we want to have your opinions to help us understand a little bit more on what are the challenges and what are the needs or pain points that loyalty programs face on digital.
Yeah, I think you hit on a few things there. So, I mean, Spirit's kind of unique that we relaunched our loyalty program in 2021. And before that, we had a pretty interesting strategy where we would force everybody to sign up who went through the booking funnel. We saw actually pretty low redemption rates in general. And after the relaunch of it, we made the points more valuable. We also allowed people to purchase with points plus cash, family pooling. There's a few different things that we put in the mix there. But the biggest part, I mean, we 5X our redemption. We didn't force people to sign up, but we're still seeing really high sign-up rates. So it kind of goes hand in hand from that, usage of your points, being able to use them. That's where the fair marketing comes in. It's, the points don't have any value if you don't know how to use them. And just getting people to sign up naturally through that. So, I mean, you have a valuable program, people sign up, people use their points, and they have to understand how to use them. So it's a big part of our relationship there.
Yeah, I think that you bring a good point, and it goes back to the need of actually giving awareness of it, because you can make, put a lot of effort on putting together the best program or the best, strategy on how are you going to build that program, earning the points. But once, if they are not able to know how to use them or where to redeem, if you don't make that easy, then there's no value on it.
Exactly right.
So when COVID kicked in, we had 2 years to really analyze the customer journey when it comes to loyalty. And the first thing we did was audit the site from top to bottom. We looked at all the information that we gathered from externally and internally, and we utilized ways of communicating to the customer whilst COVID was live. And we used medallia, survey questionnaires, and all that good rich data. And what we realized was two things. One was those customers that were with us found it really difficult to actually register and get onto our platform. So, that's groundbreaking, right? You expect to at least become loyal and join the party. The door's open, but they can't come in because they can't register. The second thing that we learned is that customers find it very difficult to find seats and inventory where they can actually redeem their points. So we sat back and we thought, okay, we've got the information, we know what we're doing. So we looked at it from 2 points of view. We went back to basics and we said we need a partner that's agile, that can bring points to the forefront of the customer journey. So we sought Every Mundo. We worked with our partners, Delta, and we started working with Every Mundo on identifying how do we redeem customer acquisition from the beginning using Google through segmentation and then dropping them through the right funnel. So that was the first thing that we did. The second thing that we did was we knew that it was going to be really difficult because every man and his dog was doing digital transformation. So to get a developer and develop a points acquisition proposition was never going to happen so quick. So whilst we were running with Every Mundo in the background, we were also producing our own pages where when they registered, they were able to go through the journey with ease and deliver the loyalty and the aspects of redeeming their points with ease. We did that, and the significant uplift that we've seen through Virgin Atlantic and holidays is phenomenal. It's a drug, right? That's what we work to, right? That's what we need. And retention is utmost important, because if you can retain that customer in your hand, that means you don't have to use paid media. You don't have to go after that customer, chasing them. And your average cost is roughly about, in the UK, £18 to get that customer on board. Now, I'd rather spend that £18 on quality content and use a CRM system that talks to them on a one-to-one basis and keeps them entertained. Trust is utmost important with loyalty. And if you can buy that trust, you're going to deliver. Okay, to you.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing that. And I think that you both share a very similar story, at least of how our partnership started, where our first engagement was air traffics, right? Like the landing pages. And we've been hearing about that in previous sessions. So you started by setting out the right infrastructure to support the traffic that you're sending and giving, the presence in organic, and make sure that you have the right tools to support any efforts from any digital channel to come through your website and be set in a transactional environment where fair marketing is present, which is the core of Every Mundo, right? Fair marketing. So from there, you both moved on to exploring different ways that you can even take that further, not only for flights, for selling flights, but now integrating all that power and the right tools for bringing fair marketing as well into your loyalty program. So with that, we want to talk a little bit about the power of fair marketing. So we both described on what it looks like for both of your programs, but we have here some of the examples, the visual examples for the audience to see. Maybe, Gemma, you mentioned this is basically your baby. You've built it. You spent a lot of efforts and resources and time on setting this up, designing the strategy, and taking this live. Do you want to describe and walk us through what is the intention and what are we looking at?
Yeah, sure. Firstly, I just want to say how much I absolutely love working with Every Mundo as well. As I said, I've been on a journey with them since I joined Virgin Atlantic 3 years ago. So the support that they give is incredible. Their support team as well, if we've got any questions, issues, they're on it immediately. We might be on different time zones as well, but there's always someone there for us. So it's amazing. So yes, we use air traffics. As you can see on the screen there, this is our homepage from our US point of sale. We have a card on the homepage that now our loyalty customers can click straight through. Sorry, this is actually showing the old version. So they were previously clicking through, and then it was taking them into our loyalty pages, our loyalty hub. There's a lot of reading to do for that there for them. We still have this available for our loyalty customers, of course. It's our Flying Club hub, as I said. But what we wanted to do was get them straight into, we just wanted the one click, getting them into the fares. Simple, making it simple for them. That's where Every Monday came in, and like I said, we use air traffics, and I'm now able to build and I've built a bespoke custom page for our loyalty customers. Here you can see the page that we use here. So we've got the availability to use assets that bring it to life. We can use exciting imagery. We have introduction copy into what the loyalty program is. We can put whatever we want on this page, and that's what I love about it. We have dynamic price modules that we can pull onto the page, which bring through fares in points straight in front of the customer. So like I said, one click and there you go. We have latest fares that have been searched by our customers. We can determine which routes we want to showcase to the customers. So working with our trading team in e-commerce as well, whatever they're asking us to push, we can change that daily if we want to. And yeah, like I said, the fares are there. The search panel on the Everymondo page as well, something that Everymondo could do for us was showcase the search in points. So the customer doesn't have to manually change their search to previously they had to do a search in money and then they could change it to points further down the funnel. Not like that anymore. They can get straight into the funnel showing every route that they choose in points, which is amazing. Yeah, so again, we can put all sorts of things on here. We've got at the moment, as you can see there, this is a live page. We have a promotion running at the moment for our loyalty customers. So there we are highlighting our the promotion where they can get the additional points. It clearly states there which routes we want to push, where the lowest points fares are. Further down the page as well, we have a banner which can customers can click on and take them straight through to join the loyalty program if they're not already in it as well. So it's showing them the fares, but also giving them the opportunity to join all on one page. This is great.
Yeah, so what we can see here is, and as Gemma was describing, is just how they were able to basically give a refresh to the page where this is the before, as you can see, is very, like informational. There is a lot of value in the information that you see, but there's really no exposure of transactions, so no exposure of the actual deals. So you are definitely motivating users to learn more about how the program works or that they should enroll, but you were missing probably the key part that was actually redeeming and actually engaging in a more transactional mindset, where, as with the landing page that you created, now you can have basically the best of both worlds, where you have the ability to very easily update the content on the page, make it very specific to the promotions that you want to run, but as well keep it informational while you're also having the modules with the actual miles and points in deals for actually users to go directly to your booking path.
Yeah, and also we've got the price modules, like I said, that are on this page, but we can place them on any page at all that we have with Everymondo, so not just custom pages. So all the flying routes pages, wherever we want to place them. So especially when we've got a promotion on, if it's a promotion on particular routes, we can add a module onto the route pages, showcasing the points flights rather than the money. We can do both, but it's great that we've got that option, that we're able to put it across all different types of pages.
Gemma is absolutely awesome when it comes to Everymondo, and May, who works with her. I think one day we were asking May, actually a Poncho, right? Poncho. So we were telling we had a quarterly review, right? And we were trying to get May promoted because she's that good. So we were trying to say to those guys that she needs a promotion. Gemma does a fantastic job. Now, one thing I will say is that we at Virgin Atlantic work as one team. You have to, because the aim of the game is to work together as one unit. That means that we work with RM and we understand load factors, right? Load factors are utmost important because you need to know where your pages and how to build your inventory are required in order to hit your targets, right? When it comes to load factors. We also know about last minute deals. So we got pages for last minute deals. We can take those refresh. We can bring that customer on a journey. We know what that customer is looking for. So right from the beginning, when we do our analytics and our insight, we know that paid media needs to target certain segments. And once we get those segments through the funnel, your conversion rate grows. It's as simple as that. But what we also do is Gemma's picked up on it, but Gemma also gives these prices to the CRM team. These prices are dynamic. And what it means is we're using less resource and we're looking at greater insight And our funnel progression is where we put the customer through, and each stage, outbound, inbound, flight summary, checkout, is optimized. And if you can get that right, you're going to be rich.
I'd like to be rich.
Yeah. Talk more about that. So, Frederick, do you want to share a little bit of how, how's been the experience for Spirit on leveraging EveryMundo to overcome the challenges that the program has found in the past?
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to go over the slides too there, but yeah, Jimena and I, past life, we're working on the fare side of things quite a bit. And you can see there this module that's on the homepage. We actually worked on that. It gave us, a few percentage points lift in conversion rate. But part of that, and something that you said is like one-click boom, and there it is. We worked a bunch on the flight deal finder. So I was, looking at the fare side of things. You can look from origin, destination, how much money do you want to spend, et cetera. And basically, it was one-click boom, and there it is. Once we switched it over to points, and we had a brainstorming session, decided Points Deal Finder was the right thing for the points, and so there we are. We got the Points Deal Finder, and that link with that module right there is just incredible for our guests. Actually, over half the people who see that come from that link, and we have other touch points throughout the website that push people. But being right on the homepage and seeing the dollar prices there, but then also seeing like, hey, yeah, let's see what I can do with some points. People jump over there right away and play around whether they're members or not already. They can kind of get a sense of what you can do with the program. So that was huge for us when we could do that.
Yeah, actually, here as well as the filters at the top. Remember that also some of the intention was to allow them to also do the filtering themselves, try to segment the data, filter the data to what they want to see, their interest, like if they have a set budget in mind, or if they're looking for a particular destination to learn more. Mm-hmm. So you're pushing, but allowing them to actually play around with the modules.
Yeah, and everybody loves the budget filter. We get a lot of interaction with that. So, they have their points on hand. They want to see what they can do with them. But, obviously there's some price points that come up that they can't really work with. Okay, they slim it down. They see what they can do. And actually, I was looking at this the other day. This this page has double the conversion rate of, all the other EveryMundo pages combined. So it's a pretty high converting page for us. A lot of interaction, a lot of conversion off of it.
And as you can see here as well, is just similar placement. It's on the core site where they have the main module here, like the carousel, but just with one simple button that reads have points. It already tells the users that if you have points, you probably want to click here and see what we have for you. So it's not something that it's aggressive, like visually aggressive, but still you are allowing the flow for them to find the information that they may be looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of a soft entry for people who are logged in or not, whether we know they have points or not. It lets them explore. And I think you have on the other slide the other module that we have going on. And this one, of course, is looking at people who already have an account with us, who already are a member, and we put this on the account dashboard. So they're pretty easy going in there. Jimena doesn't have any points yet. I don't know why. We need to get you some points there. But yeah, once you see how many points you have there, you can kind of look at the widget as well and see where you can go with those points. So I mean, between these two pages combined, that's a quarter of the people that we have who are booking with points end up using one of these two touch points. So it's pretty big for us.
Yeah. Now, Gemma just described earlier is it's not only that you can build custom pages using that, but that you can also bring the modules with that information to basically any page. So it's not only pages within the EveryMundo ecosystem, but as well, just as Spirit is doing here, is like an outside placement. So in this case, the placement is the dashboard. When a user logs into their dashboard, they're seeing deals there. So it's not they'll only find information about my account, my settings, but as well as, okay, where I can fly. So you keep motivating them to actually redeem points from basically anywhere that you want. Wherever you have a user that's navigating your website or your dashboards, you'll have a placement to be able to tell them that, okay, you have points, you can redeem them, or if you don't have them yet, probably you want to start earning some. In this case as well as maybe Frederick, do you want to elaborate like the phase 2 of like personalization for this particular module?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we have the drop down. I mean, I don't think that's going to change just in case you want to explore different origins, but we need to power this with their with their specifications, with whatever they indicate as their home airport. That's kind of the next step for this. So they can come in here and instantly off the bat, as opposed to some of our top redemption cities, which I mean ends up being Fort Lauderdale. We have a lot of members in Fort Lauderdale, but yeah, we need to start powering it based off what people indicate is their home airport. So that's kind of one of the next steps for us right now.
Thank you. So I do want to run through the examples that Catherine from Air Canada was going to walk us through. I'm going to talk on her behalf because I think that they're also doing some interesting things that are definitely worth highlighting. So they've also achieved a lot in terms of fair marketing by achieving scalability. So they've made sure that it's not only for promotions and it's not only for a particular landing page, like a custom page that you send traffic directly to, but what they've done is by activating the data set of having actually their miles integrating into the EveryMundo ecosystem, they're able to bring those that information, that route and destination information into every single landing page that they have. So with this it makes it very simple for them to have very valuable information for their loyalty program for any user that is landing on any of their EveryMundo pages. As well, they've done this campaign that is it's on their homepage, where they're sending similar to what Virgin and Spirit are doing. They're sending to a custom page where they have different modules that allows the users to interact and engage in different ways, searching and filtering for the information that is most interesting to them. So for example, here they have a module that is going to show points, but they also can toggle with cash. So they're doing they're playing on the way that they're presenting the information to the users. So when the moment that they're engaging, you're definitely making sure that you are targeting to a very qualified traffic. So if a user decides to click through, you know that they've already made like an educated decision because you've exposed your points to them before. So when they decide to continue with the path, it means that they're really interested in probably now redeeming. They're also here on the same page. They have a map. So the map, they've also, the EveryMundo map, they've done integrated with points specifically. So this module has been very powerful to them because it talks directly to the user that is still like on an inspirational stage, that they're still doing some research. They probably don't even know where they want to go to, but they're learning on your network. So you definitely don't want to miss the opportunity to bring that user closer to your booking path, closer to a transactional mindset. And in this case, the transaction is about points. So you want to tell them like not only where you can fly them to, but as well with, like how, like very, like many little points that you can use to go to, for example, Toronto, or you learn that they can fly you to Montreal, but like only by redeeming X amount of points. So definitely, if you don't have the points yet, you probably want to make sure that you start earning more because you can get there. But it's more of like the upper funnel traffic. They are making sure that they have something that talks to that that user specifically. All right, so now that you've walked us through your use cases, we want to learn a little bit more on what you've seen. What has been the outcome of the efforts that you've paid to actually setting up these tools and allowing your users to actually interact in such way with your loyalty program? I know you've both mentioned briefly on, like the good results, but can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I guess really quick. I mean, I mentioned some of the points already, like I said, but yeah, a quarter of our people who are redeeming with points, are seeing one of these touch points. So I mean, it is something that they interact with before they redeem, and that's within the session that they redeem. So it's something that they look out for. It's something that they use in order to be able to redeem their points. Of course, we expose it in other ways on our fares page. But a quarter of the people redeeming is a pretty substantial portion. And just looking at the conversion rate too, coming off of that page, just seeing it double all the other pages that we have with EveryMundo that also perform well. But this one is something that they've got some free money there. They're exploring what they can do. It just kind of speaks to the impact of having that availability, having that page there. So yeah.
So what we've been doing we took the basics pages, right? So we understood how customers shop. We looked at the engagement rates. We looked at the attraction rates. We looked at bounce rate, exit rates, and all that good stuff. Then we started to work with Everymundo and started to look at other benchmarking tools that we could add into the mix, because standing still is not an option. So we brought in branded fares for economy, for premium, for upper. And in that way, when we were segmenting the customers, we were dropping them through the right funnel. Now, what we've seen over the last year, and remember last year, January, US market open, pent-up demand came in, close-in inventory was selling for fun, you didn't have to do much. But this year, what we've seen is a triple-digit growth when it comes to redemption. Now, that's not just because, we as Virgin Atlantic put Everymundo pages together. That's because we worked with the loyalty team. We pulled together a significant strategy that is ongoing. It's just the beginning, but you can see where we're going with this.
Yeah, I think that it would be unfair to tie back all the, the success of your efforts to the Everymundo products. But definitely, I think that in partnership, with the strategy, with all the
100%.
efforts, having the right tools to actually execute your great ideas, it's going to be key.
One thing I have to say about Everymundo, right? So right from the beginning, they took our brand assets. They made the pages look like they were Virgin pages. So a customer doesn't know that it's a Everymundo page versus a Virgin page.
Seamless journey throughout, yeah.
It has been a seamless journey, which means that when you get a partner that integrates into your customer journey and the customer doesn't know and it seems seamless, it drives a much more trusted, converted brand proposition.
And also just adding to that, from the Everymundo perspective, it's been very rewarding to see where you're headed with the partnership in general. Because for us, of course, there's a big interest that you succeed in what you are, accomplishing with our products. But as well as we definitely want to learn more from what you're doing and what you're looking for, so we can make sure that we are the right partners for you. So we're always very open to hearing what you have in mind, where you're going next, if there's anything that we can do extra to support you on that path.
Yeah, and just to add to that, to the seamless journey aspect, I mean, like I mentioned, in 2021, we switched over our whole program, and part of that switch over was we went from miles to points. I mean, it doesn't sound huge, but it did happen. We changed everything over. And, the same thing, as soon as we were ready to go with points, ready to go for that launch, all the Everymundo modules were switched over to points. The terminology was switched. It was just seamless, whether it was, in our natural website or it was on the Everymundo pages, everything was, ready to go right away. So that was pretty nice.
So about us being interested in hearing more from you. So we've already seen where you're at right now, but we know that this is not the end and that you're constantly evolving and improving and innovating. So we definitely, look ourselves as good partners for you on that. So we want to hear more about, what's the future for your programs and, what are you looking at next?
Yeah, I mean, quick, always cutting down, steps to a conversion. That's, something that's key for us. So we have our e-statement emails that go out, tell people how many points they have, then redirects them over to the accounts page. So we want to work with you guys more and figure out how do we get those actual price points in there? How can they just click through the email and get directly to our, flight availability page, looking at what they can buy with points? That's one of the big things that we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and I think that definitely is key for what we've done together, actually, because when we start, just a little background, but when we started with Spirit and with air traffic, as I mentioned earlier, it was our first engagement. The biggest interest from the airline was to actually get air traffics for the custom pages for their email channel, because they're very big in email. And they, of course, have, very, very attractive price points. So they wanted to have the right infrastructure to be able to bring fair marketing and, showcase and, basically promote the fares on their biggest and most important channel where they have a lot of traffic. You use it very frequently, more than twice a week. You have a campaign running directly from email. So email is already a big user of air traffics, but we can now definitely get them involved into leveraging the loyalty part as well.
Yeah, and it's funny because fair marketing is kind of our thing. You know, at Spirit, we're always at the top of every OTA. You know, we at our website, like of course we just want to display all those fares as much as we can. I mean, the partnership just makes sense in every term there.
So, from a Virgin point of view, I want to be absolutely honest with you guys, right? Everybody is doing loyalty points, right? Every retailer out there has got loyalty points. Airline have got loyalty points. So the question is, do you go with the crowd or do you differentiate yourself and stand out from the crowd? So we decided to stand out from the crowd because if you're in the crowd, then you're a consideration, right? If you're standing outside the crowd, you're a destination. So now we're looking at our strategy from top to bottom in how we take the points, how we take acquisition, how we take personalization. How do we talk to you in a tone of voice that meets your requirements? Are you a regular customer? Are you a VFR customer? Are you a student going back home? We're going to start talking to you in a way that really tones into your way of shopping, travel. And when we get there, we'll know that we're winning because our ecosystem for Virgin is much bigger than just Virgin Atlantic or holidays. We have Virgin Hotels, we have Virgin Voyages, we have Virgin Media, we have Virgin da-da-da-da-da. So, so the opportunity is massive. But remember, it's not just about Virgin. We have a fantastic partner, Delta, and KLM and Air France. And working with your partners, you can actually grow your database, work together, and harmonize customers from going from one place where we serve them and then code sharing with them, then they move on to the next destination. So the strategy isn't just about us, it's about the eco-nucleus system.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity on taking, to your point, personalization to the next level because with loyalty, you already know, you have a lot of opportunity to already know a lot about the user that's engaging with you. So you know where they like to fly from, you know the amount of points or miles that they already own. So you can, like either push them to redeem them, or you can even tease them like just earn a little bit more and you'll be able to go here. You also know their budgets, the type of travelers that they are, what type of ancillaries do they buy when they buy with you. So there's a lot that you can do. And of course, with the use of Every Mundo, you can achieve that on making sure that what you're promoting, what you're showing them, it's actually closer to their interest or where you know that their interest tends to be, to actually, be able to achieve a quicker transaction and come closer to what motivate them to continue to fly with you.
Sure. Every company says that they're customer-centric, but prove it, right? And it's easy to say it, it's hard to deliver it. But I'm telling you now, at Virgin Atlantic, we have a leadership team that believe in the customer first. And if you look at our service levels, if you look at our NPS, if you look at the way that we, deliver to the customer needs and wants, it's customer-centric. And that's the ambition. The ambition is to be the most loved company. And it's a big ambition, right? I mean, we love each other, right? But in different ways, right? Right? But the aim is take that love and share it around the world and make sure that from a traveling point of view, we are destination, we are number one, and we want to make sure that we deliver for your needs and wants.
Yeah, and just the comment on personalization. I mean, part of those email strategies that we have going out with whatever points they have, and then putting on top of that, all right, this is how you can redeem it. We're also doing things already on our website, using machine learning models to deliver complementary destinations. So it's not just where you've been before, but someone who's been there, and a lot of leisure travelers that we have. It's like, okay, here's another destination you might be interested in. So, partnering together, figuring out how to kind of join some of the stuff that we're already putting out there, but also adding the fares on there and sending those recommendations out to people. Those are some of the areas that we'd like to go in as well.
Yeah, and I know that you're a big data guy, so you definitely are monitoring every single click, every single interaction of your users. So
We're watching.
Yeah, you're watching, definitely. So yeah, I'm sure that there's going to be interesting things ahead in our future together. So I really want to thank you again for being here with us today and for sharing everybody with your experience and for trusting us to be able to walk the path of fair marketing with you and to get where we're at right now. And I'm sure that we're going to get to even better places. Yeah. So I want to open the floor also for any questions from the audience. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.